Daniel, it's Big J here in Billings. How are you, man?
What's up, Big J? How you doing, man?
I'm fantastic. Good. I have got to say, over the years, some of these UFC fighters are so dull and boring on the phone, and you actually sound like you might have a little bit of a personality.
Well, that's good.
I like it, man.
I try. I'm from Louisiana, so there's personality down there.
Exactly, yeah. You can take the Daniel out of Louisiana, but you can't take the Louisiana out of Daniel.
Exactly.
Right on. Well, hey, my man, this Saturday, a huge pay-per-view, UFC 187. It's kind of a whole crazy story, even just leading up to the fight happening, right?
Yeah, man, it's insane. You got John Jones, who's the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world, had some issues outside of the octagon, which in turn allowed me to actually step in to fight for his vacant championship because he was stripped because his actions were pretty bad. So not often does just maybe, because John and I aren't the best of friends, so I don't want to shower him with too many compliments, but he may just be the greatest fighter of all time. That guy doesn't normally disqualify himself from competition. And in this instance, he actually did. Yeah,
exactly. So you are now going to fight Anthony Johnson for the championship. What's up with this punk Anthony? Is he going to be a worthy opponent, or are you just going to work him?
Well, let me tell you something, Big J. I hope I can just work him, because that would be nice. But I don't think it's going to work out that way. Anthony's good, man. He's a tough guy, big, strong. He's won 9 fights in a row and knocked out 6. And of the 6, I think like 5 of them were in the very first round.
Yeah.
This dude's got, massive knockout power. He's probably the hardest puncher the UFC's ever seen.
Okay, so yeah, not a walk in the park, but you still, how's the confidence level? Obviously you probably have to go into every fight pretty confident, but how confident are you going into this one?
I'm confident, man. I feel like I can get the job done. I'm always confident. It doesn't matter who's standing across the octagon for me. I feel like if I do what I'm supposed to do, I'll get my hand raised. That's no different this time, although Anthony is going to be tough. I don't anticipate anything I haven't seen before, or anything I can't handle going forward.
That's a good attitude. Kind of along those lines here. Somebody has, actually not along those lines. Yeah, this one is Stephanie, one of our fans, had a question. Who's the toughest opponent that you've ever fought in your career?
Well, it'll be Jones. It would have to be John Jones. He actually beat me in January. So the guy, he's big, he's strong. He was the best fighter in the world for a reason. The guy was pretty diverse. He was tall. He was good, and he was very on task and focused for 25 minutes. Yeah, John Jones is the toughest guy I've fought.
Right on. There you go. And somebody else, Phil, wants to know what's the difference, the biggest difference anyway, between competing in the Olympics and then moving on to the UFC, and which one makes you more nervous before a match?
Okay, so here's the biggest difference. One, it's wrestling. The other one, you actually get punched, kicked, and kneed. That's the difference in the UFC and the Olympics. But oddly, I got more nervous when I wrestled, because when I started wrestling, I was a kid. In my whole life, I dreamt about being an Olympic champion, whereas I want to be the UFC champion, but that only started 5 years ago. So because of a lifetime of dreaming of standing atop the Olympic podium, I would get more nervous every time I competed in wrestling.
It's kind of interesting to think about that, but I want to know, I guess you guys are so trained for it. We just had a local MMA event here. Fusion Fight League puts on events here in Billings, and I'm the announcer, so I get to get in there in the cage and watch it, but I can't imagine even getting punched once. I'm that kind of a guy that's such a wuss that I don't know how you guys can get into that cage and just know that you're going to be taking some major blows, but I guess when you're doing it every day at practice and, you're training for it, I guess it just doesn't scare you as much as it scares a normal wuss guy like me.
You know what it is, though? It's like you hit the nail on the head. It's that every day you get used to knowing that you're going to get punched, you're going to get submitted, you're going to get something happening that could potentially happen inside of the fight. Mm-hmm. Does it make it any easier, Big J? Nope. Yeah. You still don't want to get punched in the face. I've been in some fights where I haven't been hit very much, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with going in there, winning the fight handily, and being able to walk and not have any issues going forward.
Yeah.
Trust me, I hate getting stitches. And I don't want to get cut in the face or anything.
Yeah, as long as they hold your hand up at the end, it does not matter how many times you get hit. As long as that hand goes up, the less hits, the better, I bet, for you.
Oh, my goodness, man. It's all about getting your hand raised, especially in this instance, where you get your hand raised and they strap that belt around your waist. It'd be a dream come true.
That'd be amazing. And what does it feel like? I mean, what is life like from where you kind of give us the journey, like the synopsis, the shortened version of Daniel Cormier's climb to the top. I mean, you're now, like you said, the chance to put on the belt this weekend at UFC 187.
Yeah.
How far did you come? I mean, how long have you been doing this, and what do you see the future after this?
5 years, man. It's been like 5.5 years now, and I won the Strikeforce Championship a couple years ago, and it felt so good to get that belt put on my waist. But then to feel the UFC title will feel like nothing that I've ever experienced. I don't know. I'm going to continue to fight right now, but then I also work for Fox Sports. I'm an analyst, so I do stuff like that. So I'll do TV once I'm done. But right now the focus is trying to get this belt, become the champion of the UFC, and be a champion that does things the right way inside of the octagon and outside of the cage.
It's good with the outside of the cage. I mean, you got to bring that up now with everything that's happening. And another fan wanted to know from you, what are your thoughts on the new PED rules in the UFC?
I love it. I think it discourages guys from cheating. Guys have been, from the TRT thing where guys were doing this testosterone, legally doing testosterone, to guys just straight up cheating. And now that the penalties are so stiff, you think maybe a guy isn't willing to risk his ability to earn for 3 years. I mean, you give a guy like me 3 years, at my age, I'm done. So it will really teach guys not to try and cheat.
Yeah, exactly. At least make them think about it a heck of a lot more. That's for sure. Well, is it true?
Even with the year.
Go.
Even with the year suspension that there was before, guys were making so much money that you say, here, guy, you just fought, you made $3 million, now you're going for a year. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, you made that money, but you're not going to fight for 3-4 years, and if you do it again, you're finished.
Mm-hmm.
Now guys are like, I don't know.
Yeah.
With taxes and everything else, I don't know if I'm willing to risk that.
Doesn't seem worth it. Is it true, Daniel? I got to ask. On TMZ here seems to be reporting that you're really excited to finish up this big fight Saturday, get that belt around your waist, and then head to Mariah Carey after the fight?
Okay, so TMZ, actually, yes, I did say that. But there was a part of that interview that didn't come out. Now, my fiancée, Selena, is a huge Mariah Carey fan.
Okay.
She wants to go to Mariah Carey, and I'm going. Now, am I getting pulled kicking and screaming? No. But am I charging the door? Not the case. But I am excited to go see Mariah Carey. Who is it? She's a great singer.
Exactly.
I like R&B music, man. That's my thing,
And you're respectful of your girl, so that's even better, man. Well,
hey, let me tell you, the only person that's scary to me, it's not John Jones or Anthony Johnson, it's Selena De Leon, because she will...
Yeah, I can only imagine. Daniel Cormier, everybody watch, support, cheer this guy on, and hope he beats the crap out of Anthony Johnson at UFC 187 this Saturday night. Daniel, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully we'll get the chance to chat again in the future, my man.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for having me, Big J.
Anytime, and best of luck this weekend, Daniel.
Thank you, brother. Bye-bye.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.